What is up, boys and girls? Daddy Lonyo here, and today we are going to talk about this MMORPG, NINO Kuni CrossWorlds. Alright, this is an NFT game. It's got nice graphics, it's got nice gameplay, we got PK content, there's a lot of rewards from the events, and then you get to play with your pets, or what we call the familiars here. There are elements also like fire, water, earth, light, and darkness, and yeah, there's really a lot of content to talk about. This is a grind game, by the way, just to set your proper expectations. But there's auto mode, and most especially there's AI mode, which could let you play even if you're not playing. You know, it's like sending your game to a cloud, and it just plays by itself for about 4 hours for basic, and it adds more time if you top up for premium. Alright, well, I'm gonna give you some tips, alright, to improve your NNK experience, to jumpstart your gameplay. Alright, and if you are planning to play this game, this is the video for you. If you're already playing the game, that's okay. You can keep watching because you may have missed some content on the game. Let's go. Alright, so once you chose your server already, this is how it will look like. So you'll see all the classes in there, and picking the role that you want to play is kind of crucial. Alright, because the bat is shared on all characters, so the upgrading materials are kind of limited, especially if you are free to play or a small spender. So I would recommend you play all the classes first and level them all up to at least 20. Why? Because once each character is on grade up level 1, that will add 25 bag space for you. Alright, so originally you'll have 125 bag slots, and if you unlock the grade up level 1 for each, that's going to be 25 times 5, so it's another 125, which will give you 250 bag space. Now, before we move forward, I'm just going to give you some quick info about the characters first. Now, the rogue is the bow user, so this guy is the quick one, and he buffs the whole party. The destroyer is a hammer user. The tank, well, moves kind of slow, but still deals decent damage. Now, the glass cannon, if we're talking about DPS, the badass for you would be the witch. Then, if you want to be a support, you can choose the engineer, which is the squishy one, but she has heal and resurrection, which is really gonna benefit the whole party as we move on, especially on PvP. Now, if you want a flexible character, you can choose the swordsman. So you can build a hybrid swordsman, can also be a support. He's got heal, he can also tank, and he can still deal decent damage. Alright, going back to the game, so this is how it looks like. So currently, I'm farming inside the Chaos Field. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, so right on your top left, you see your level and your combat points in there, your potions, then your quest list, then below or at the bottom, you'll see your familiars, your message box. You're going to see emotes, emoticon, posts, and then you're gonna see the mount icon in there, the auto, which can also be long pressed, and you can adjust the range of your AFK grinding in there. And then these are your skills. This is your dodge, this is your jump, and then you see 3 weapons right here, so you can switch easily depending on the element that you need to use. And as you saw right there, I just pressed the fully charged burst of my fire weapon. Alright, so that may be something new for some people. Okay, and a couple of more icons in here. So this is your main menu, or we call it the 3 bars. This is your bag, this is your mail, this is your notification bell, which is really going to be used a lot. This is the shop. Well, there are a lot of benefits from the shop, but I'll show you guys what to buy here if you're going to start. Well, there are rewards as we move forward. It's like login rewards in here. Then you can also purchase, let's get that first. Anyway, you can also purchase some free items in here, and it's up to you if you're going to use your gold coins to purchase the next one. But the gold coins are actually hard to budget because they're really important, guys, so don't waste your gold coins. Just make sure you use it wisely. Alright, and then I'm just gonna get this one as well. Now, what I would recommend you to buy at least once every day is the energy drink. It's really important. Alright, but you're going to use diamonds for that. And then if you can also buy the aroma of focus, it's also important. We're gonna talk about that later too. All right. Well, if you can buy more than one, that's much better. But just make sure you use them wisely because these items are actually buffs. Okay. So the aroma of focus is mostly used for farming on common areas for soul stones. Alright, so soul stones, they are going to add more combat powers for you. That's going to be seen right here on the records, and then you may want to go to your record and then soul stones. There you go. So the mobs will drop their picture, alright, their soul stone, and if you activate the aroma of focus, then that's going to give you a lot more chances of gaining them, like this one's where I managed to make them 4-star already because there's a lot to collect. Alright, anyway, for the energy drink, that gets you experience 700% more gold and prizes, so that's also for loots. And yeah, that's it for the shop. Then for events, the rewards are also good. Alright, so currently I'm on day 7. You see, I'm getting a lot of rewards right now. And I am about to get the final reward, which is a 4-star familiar. Alright, well, this is a darkness familiar. Okay, you'll see the stats of the familiars later. Anyway, we're gonna check in on this one. And then we can also use the dice for the event. This is just the current event. I'm not sure how long this event would last or until when they're gonna put that there. But, you know, events may change time by time. Okay, now, let's talk about this 3-bar icon in here. So, as you can see, there's a lot of red marks with exclamation points. So, that means there's something to do on that feature. Okay? But, well, you can actually see a lot here as well. So you remember I said you're gonna be using this bell or this icon a lot, because once you click one of them, like this one, alright, it's going to lead you to where your reward's at or what you have to do. Okay, so let's go back to this 3-bar icon. So we're gonna start with the character. So class grade, this is what I was talking about earlier. So each level 20 character will be graded up to level 1, and then you'll get the inventory expanded for 25 additional slots. Alright, and then the skills will be improved eventually, and then well, there are different modes that you can do as well for the skills. Okay, and then your mounts. So these are the available mounts currently. Alright. Well, some can be bought, like this one and this one. And some are quests, so there are requirements for some of them. Okay, and then next are the costumes. So you can also check the costumes right here. You'll see if you can craft them, if they appear as craftable. Alright, and you can also dye the costume. So I got the mustache right in there. Okay, so next is the deck. Alright, so this is where you're going to set your mode. Say you want to focus on one element, on one loadout. There are up to 10 decks that you can do. Okay, so if say for the first deck you're focused on fire, then you put all the fire and damage fire weapon, the best familiar for fire, or fire skills, something like that. And then you can switch to number 2 and then just go with maybe focused on water. Depends on how you want it to be. Alright? Now, titles. So titles can also be obtained as you move forward. There are some requirements to it. And yeah, it will also give you some combat points in there. And then equipment. So equipments, you'll see all your equipments in here. And then, well, there's actually a lot of equipments that we can talk about on another video, because this is going to spend a lot of time. But pretty much everything in there is straightforward, so you can just keep clicking. Polishing your equipment, this is where you're going to improve your equipment. Alright, so awakening them, transferring the enhancement, this is where you enhance your equipments. Alright, and then this is where you upgrade them once you max them out right in here. Okay, and then alright, now let's talk about the gems. So imprint is where you are going to put gems on your weapon. So if it's a 4-star, you can just put 1 gem on it. If it's 5-star already, then you can put 2 on it. If it's 6-star, then you're gonna get an additional slot. Alright, so I'm going to choose that gem just to show you how it looks like when you upgrade the gemstone. There you go. And then we are going to upgrade it so it will become a 4-star. Alright. So you can also do the same method to reach up until 6 stars. Then that's the time where you're going to use the transcend. Then extract is where you can remove a gemstone without destroying it, but it will require a material, which is the extraction tool. Okay? Alright, now the familiars. So this is where you'll see your current familiars acquired.